Good afternoon. Great to be with you again. I hope you're having a good, well, not necessarily afternoon. I know I've got some people watching in different time zones, but whatever time it is where you are. Yeah, feeling pretty good today. Had a reasonably productive day, and now I'm just settling down to this. So we're gonna start with Dishonored like we did yesterday, because I'm pretty happy with how that went. And then we're gonna jump to the Long Dark after that, and God, see if we can find our way out of Forlorn Muskeg, which, if you were watching yesterday, if you saw the VOD, you know that didn't go too great. But we'll see what we can do. But yeah, let's get back into Rat Dad, because I love me some Rat Dad. Oh, my Corvo feelings. Where were we? Oh, that's right. First mission. Okay. Alright, well, I'm just gonna, like, wander around and maybe kill people. I don't know. I still haven't entirely decided how aggressive I'm gonna be.
Let's go. It's nearly midnight. But easy, damn it. Keep them in the boat. Canal's got enough shit in it as it is.
How do I want to engage with you? Stabby stabby or chokey chokey?
Hey! What is it?
I think stabby stabby.
I think that last one was moving. What?
Nice.
Yeah, the little one. Not possible. I inspected them myself. Keep working.
Do a little light swimming. Ah, fish. What the fuck? Oh, I'm attached. I didn't realize I was attached. Okay. Nice. What do we got? Oh, I mean, that wasn't my primary concern, but okay, sure. Yeah, why not? No one else is gonna eat him. Sorry, Darren and Gwen. Oh, no, I'm not gonna sing again. At some point before the end of this, I will probably deign to sing something, but I'm not gonna do it now. Absolutely not. Let's see, should we swim or should we sneak back this way?
One, two, three.
If I try and go down there, they will probably see me. So. Oh my god, fucking fish. Let's ask Jessamine if anything's around.
I can feel a great age ending.
That sounds not awesome. Hi. 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 Hello.
Please, I'm a bit shaken right now. I saw some terrible things today.
Okay. Can
Attention
you get
Dunwall
over here?
citizens.
I can't
Report
remember.
all deceased family members to the local dead counter. Unreported deaths are a punishable offense.
Yes, you can, but I don't remember if there's anything actually over here. Let's check it out. Yeah, we're probably just gonna end up with high chaos overall, and I've just gotta be okay with that. It's easier to do high chaos anyway. Ah! Misjudged that a bit. Can't jump either.
Good. Keep them coming.
Attention Dunwall citizens. This is a special announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent.
This is the Lord Regent speaking.
Mary
He's
lost her mind.
usually
Regret
alive,
that
I think.
announced that
Oh,
my
hey.
term as Lord Regent
I didn't
has
do
been
anything.
extended through the month of harvest
Oh, I'm
and potentially
sorry, God.
beyond. In addition,
I didn't kill him. I just looted his
the
corpse. Jesus.
overseers of the Abbey
You'd have done the same.
remain in service to the state and
Yes,
are
I
empowered
Aye.
to enforce order whenever and wherever necessary.
What are you doing?
I think the little birdies are sad today.
Aw.
For the generous loan of their services.
Huh.
Yes, I would, indeed. I told you the knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listened. Dear? Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? The dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies. Here. Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either.
That's too
Granny Rags, let us in. Ah, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you?
Sure. I can probably do that. In one way or another.
Let us in, Granny.
Give me a minute. Why, yes, I will loot your place. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to me as a result of that.
Have it your way. We're here to take it.
Would you look at this? You don't walk into Bottle Street looking like that.
I've been doing
That
good,
outfit
how are
must
you?
have cost a lot.
Maybe I'll let my girlfriend wear it.
Somebody, get over!
Kicking his teeth.
Oh, hey. They're taken care of. Well, you guys were jerks. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Today's been
I think
today's
the
been
little
nice.
birdies are sad today.
I'm getting up earlier than I used to, and I'm getting more done as a result, which actually, I like sleeping, but it feels pretty good.
I told... Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you.
It's not my birthday, but
I
cool.
got it from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you.
Oh yeah, he gives people things.
Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our
Of course.
parties were
Of course
even
I do.
grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come. Granny, 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 come out with me instead.
morbid.
Granny, Granny, Granny. I hope you like the little gift I got for you. It's the least I could do for turning those louts away. I can't bear these Bottle Street children. Ruffians, every last one of them. Rotten apples. And that slack-jaw is the worst of the lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present.
Nice.
Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale.
Sounds
Do you
awesome.
remember my doctor, dear? Dr. Galvani? Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory.
Lovely.
Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still?
Terrible.
That'd teach them. See to it, dear. I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days. Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious.
Yeah, well, but like I was saying about Dishonored before, this is
You'll have to go.
a
or they won't
reasonably
come.
chill kind of gore. It's not like BioShock.
I
actually
told you the knives go
Excuse
on
me.
the left.
I actually can like walk around
The
and
left. You never listen.
not get too deep into stuff if I don't want to. Yeah, I missed you yesterday.
Shut the door. No peeking.
I'm gonna talk to my boyfriend.
Be careful, Corvo. They call her Granny Rags. You wouldn't recognize her real name, or even the name of her family, but an emperor begged for her hand once, and rich young men fought each other for her favor. I watched her consider them all, measure their worth, and find them wanting. Then, she made a different choice. You're on your way to face the High Overseer, the leader of a great cult dedicated to loathing.
How could anyone?
What will you do?
You're so
I
adorable.
wonder?
Well, I mean, I'm probably gonna kill them all, but... What? Well, look, I'm sorry, but the door was open, so... Actually, no, it wasn't. Yeah, no, we're just gonna wander around vaguely Victorian, plague-stricken pseudo-Britain. Pseudo-London. Blinking all over time and space.
That's not what we heard. Are you sure? Because you know we have to check you over. And there's an inspection fee.
To the void with Bottle Street and to the void with you. Let me out.
Oh, you don't want to talk to us like that.
Fact is, Bottle Street is here to take its cut. So reach into your pockets and let's get this done.
Yeah, and the inspection fee. We can't help it. Just the way we do
I
things on
don't think
Bottle
you
Street.
guys mean well. This seems like a job for Rat Dad.
Somebody, get up!
Ah,
Let me out.
I'm getting to it.
I owe you, brother. I won't ask about the mask. I wouldn't want my face seen either, pulling a stunt
Well,
like
also,
that.
it's a badass mask.
You know what? I'll return the favor. Come by Griff's shop. That's my business. Well, it was, at one time. But now I'm reduced to scavenging things from here and there as the city dies. If you need anything, I wouldn't mind trading for a little money. Maybe someday the plague will blow over and everything will go back to normal. But until then, it's scavenging for me.
Nothing will ever be normal again. Ooh, money. Everybody just always leaving their money all over. Also, their potted whale meat. Nothing unusual happened here. Clearly. What do we got? Ooh, Whirlwind is nice. I'm happy about Whirlwind. Oh, yes, books. We're going to read all the books. We're going to have dramatic readings of all the books. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from father to son, old man Salt to Greenhorn still getting his sea legs beneath him. In the old times, men cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of bears that roam the isles north of Tibia. Once the whale trade began, the practitioners went to engraving the bones of these great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon to a man's vigor or defense against pregnancy. Oh, I'm glad it went well. Yeah, proposal defenses can be a little... I remember mine. They can be a little nerve-wracking. I swear, one of my committee members just made trouble. Like, he didn't actually have any substantive feedback. He just wanted to be a jerk and give me a lot of shit. But it went, yeah. You get through it. Today's tea is Jasmine Yin Hao. It's fragrant. It's fragrant and lovely. So that means you're good to go, I guess. You're good to actually get started. Oh man, this one. Once again, sure this is fine. Nothing, nothing to see here. I've already read A Gaffer's Tale. And again, I am not going to sing, nor will I read rhymes. I will read plays. I will read plays, I will read books, I won't read rhymes. It's just not something I'm gonna do. I'm deep into the lore, but there are some places I refuse to go. Stuff. Note, drop point has changed. Leave it in the shitter under the bridge. If the elixir ain't there, you don't get paid. Under the bridge, you say? Yeah, no, I'm all about jasmine tea right now. Like, I like a lot of the stuff I've gotten. I especially like the Pu Air, if that's how you say it. And I'm not 100% sure. But, I mean, floral tea in general is really my thing right now. And jasmine especially. Jasmine especially. I don't know which of the jasmine teas that I've got I like best at this point, but those are definitely my faves, even though they're less caffeinated than the other stuff I've got. Alright, what do you actually have for me, Griff?
Want to look at some of the things I found? Good prices, I swear.
It better be good prices, Griff. That's good. I'm all about the upgrades. Let's see, how do we want to approach this? Could go this way. I think we'll go around. It's usually the way I go. You didn't see that? Normally you exclaim. You exclaim over how it's impossible. Okay. Well, thought you'd be impressed, but okay. I can't wait till I can jump high. Actually, I got some runes. Let's see how we want to break up the runes. Oh, I have 4. That's nice. Oh man, I don't know what I want now. Do I want Bend Time or Devouring Swarm? I like them both very much. Bend Time is a little... Bend Time will... I can get that, and I can also get Agility, which I think I might do. Except I like being able to blink for further. Well... I mean, it isn't hugely consequential, but... yeah, I'll do Bend Time. Bend Time's fine. And we will get our 20-foot vertical leap. Whee! The Eradication of Black Sally. Excerpt from a popular story of crime and daring by Jules Robin and the City Watch. Before Slackjaw ran the streets in the distillery district, there was no boss more ruthless, violent, or dedicated to squeezing the average citizens for coin than Black Sally. Like so many from Morley, she was pale-skinned and green-eyed, with hair as black as the void. They say she started young, and as a girl she'd stun a man with her looks, coming upon him in an alley, then smile a one-sided smile and suddenly run him through with a knife. She'd have his money and be on her way before he breathed his final breath. As a boss, she was worse, ruling over the meanest street gang Dunwall had seen up to that time. Her operation touched everything from shipping to prostitution. She even had a racket going with the Bakers Guild, a finger in every pie indeed. One man, watch Captain Jules Robin, made it his mission to stop her and kept the case going for over half a decade. Black Sally met her end when Rubin had his men light smoke fires and barrels near the warehouse where she hid out during the day. As she and her gang rushed into the streets, terrified the building was burning, Captain Rubin and his top officers threw nets over them and ran them all through with blade and pistol shot. What a classic bandit end. All ends in blood and tears, always. Alright. Hey folks. What are you guys doing? You doing okay? No, I could drop kill you, but I'm not going to. No, we're gonna do a little sneaking. Like that.
Wait, did you touch the door handle to Dr. Galvani's lab?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, don't do
Then you
that.
have to scrub. The rats get their vital essences everywhere, the doctor said.
Vital essences? Does that mean guts?
I think so. So your hands need scrubbing. You're unclean.
Unclean.
Unclean? That's nonsense.
Unclean.
Can't we just...
No, I told you. With rubbing alcohol or white vinegar.
All right, all right. What is he doing there all day? Ambrose says he breeds rats that carry the plague.
Your friends are ignorant. The doctor is a brilliant man. If anyone can save this city, it's him.
The royal physician is going to save us. I hear his new elixir is twice as good against the plague.
I don't understand how Galvani can admire Sokolov. Royal physician or not, I hear tell he's a beast. A superstitious philanderer who spends more time with prostitutes than he does in the laboratory.
Is this what it's going to be like when we're married?
Oh,
It is.
you too.
I hope not. I'm telling you now, I don't have evidence for it.
Let me up there. There you go. Jasmine fennel tea. Oh my god. That sound. Yeah, that absolutely sounds divine. Oh yeah, like shit. I'm absolutely terrible at geography. You're in the southern hemisphere, aren't you? So yeah, it's actually coming up on winter for you. That weirds me out so much. Just that can happen. Time is so strange.
What will I do now?
No one really knows. No one knows what you'll do. This is not the most densely furnished house, is it?
Physician. He says to bring a bottle, I bring a bottle. He says to bring food, I bring food. He says to undress, I undress.
Hey! Hello to both of you. Oh, okay, I thought maybe... I forgot where the fireplace was, and I thought she was going to fall in the fire, which would have been unfortunate for her. I may do a high chaos run here, but I am going to attempt to not kill civilians, just because roleplay. Well, I mean, we have all 4 seasons depending on where you live. In Maryland, you have sort of all 4 seasons. So there is a little less of a sharp delineation than I'd like, but we do have snow. Or we did yesterday, it's all melting now. I'm doing okay. I had a reasonably productive day. I worked on the game I'm designing, and I finished this critique for a book I got hired to edit, and I wrote 1,300 words of the book I'm writing. And I washed my sheets. I didn't dust, which I really wanted to do, but... Dr. Galvani's journal. I've been invited to a soiree at the Boyle Estate, Homestead Institute. Of course I won't attend. The 28th day of the 7th month, the month of high cold, is the day I met Anton Sokolov at the Academy. Why would I tarnish the anniversary of the most important day of my life by licking aristocratic boots? Ugh. I have no time for fools. I will be solving the riddle of this plague. Perhaps I'll raise a cup of Tivian red. Well, I mean, when you're me, though, no matter how productive you are, you tell yourself that you haven't been productive enough, so I've sort of been... A lot of today's also been me insisting really, really aggressively that, no, you have been productive. This was a good day. But, yeah, no, all in all, it's, well, it's been a good day. What do I gotta do with you? I do think that well, I don't know. Would I be doing that maid a favor or not if I killed her fiancé? I think that's an important question. I think I'm not going to kill him. I feel a little weird killing him if,
Huh? Someone help me out!
Hey! Nobody heard that. Where did you even get the thing you threw at me? That was just... Yeah, the one power I normally don't get is where you get to possess a rat. I don't know, I don't... I'm rat dad, but I'm not a rat very much. Mostly I just summon them. Yeah, I know, that's the thing. I feel like... well, actually, I don't know if she's been in an abusive situation. He seems like he's kind of a schmuck, but she also seems like she could probably handle him. I trust her to sort it out. Well, no. See, you can't say that because, it's a horrible process that's driving me absolutely out of my mind, and I'm convinced that it's never going to work, and that the editor who's been assigned to work with me hates me and wishes I would stop trying and give up. I'm sure that's not true, but that is still... Yeah, it's a narrative game. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure game. Those are actually big business right now. It's kind of wild. Like, app companies, or, yeah, companies that make apps are making a lot of money off of them. And they pay writers pretty well, or at least the good companies do. Is this just the bathroom? Yes. The Leviathan Sorrow. Excerpt from a report on a treatise banned by the Rudshore Trade Council. Little is known of Picotti, I'm not sure, credited with the series of pamphlets arguing against the whaling trade. While he is gifted, his views are nonsense and threaten the economic underpinnings of the empire. 1. Enslavement. On the breeding and husbanding of whales versus hunting the beasts in the wild after, quote, a natural and free life cycle. Picotti offers no solutions for where these massive malevolent creatures might be pastured. 2. Dissolution. Laments on the destruction of social bonds between herd members. Picotti actually uses the term families. 3. Harmony. Drivel on the aesthetic wonder of what is in reality the great and terrible ocean that ever threatens to swallow us. It includes arguments on the gentle nature of the brutes, a notion refuted by seamen who return to shore wide-eyed with the tales of the whale savagery. 4. Disruption. Here Picotti is on his weakest footing, issuing up feverish warnings against the displacement or transference of natural beasts from their native environments. I don't know, sounds like a commie to me. How did I get into game writing? Honestly, it was my friend Max. He actually knows most of the people who run Choice of Games. He went to college with them. And he mentioned he was writing a game, and I was like, oh, how does that work? And then I discovered that they pay pretty well, all things considered. Like, they'll give you a really decent advance against royalties. And I was like, well, if I can do that... I mean, it's, you know, it's not like... It's freelance, so it's not steady money, but it is money. And I also kind of like... Game writing is something I think I would like to know how to do, just in kind of the way I wanted to know how to make a podcast. Like, it seems like a good skill to have under your belt. So yeah, I'm working on the outline right now, and I'm trying to learn how to code, and it's coming. It's coming. It's just frustrating right now. Galvani. The latest case should arrive within a week, containing all the components you need. Be careful with the white phosphorus. Goodness, yes. Can't have you getting fussy jaw like the tanners at the edge of the city. Poor bastards. Sorry you have to practice in secret. The vivisectionist should be celebrated, revered even. Cutting up rats should be done in the town square with a crowd of eager students taking notes, not in some dirty little secret room hidden behind a wall of books. Anyway, hint hint, anyway, lucky for you to have an old friend who never left the academy. Let me know what else you need, but remember, it might be a month before I can put together another shipment. Yours in knowledge, Artemis Moore, Procurement Clerk and Provisioner, Academy of Natural Philosophy, South Wing. P.S. Next time you're ready, come in for an afternoon. We've stayed fairly insulated from the plague, since so few come and go here, and we've got quite the stock of tea and brandy. It's, the game itself is about werewolves. If you know my fanfic, you can't begin to imagine where the idea came from. It's about werewolves in college. Or it's about a werewolf in college. And relationships and trying to pass a rite of passage, and it's about someone whose life is out of control, basically. So, yeah, where'd you get that from, Sonny? Everybody has such great names in this game. Oh my god.
Obviously, the plague rat is distinct from the ordinary rat, but in what respect? Its size and the coarseness of its fur, and I believe in intelligence, although the experiments there are not complete. Coriander Zoological Survey describes only the ordinary rat, which means plague rats have only been here for 5 or 7 years at most. This was not a gradual migration. Would they have been introduced on purpose? Perhaps by a foreign power.
Can I... Oh, that won't break. Oh well. Excerpt from a series of interviews with street workers by rat catcher Lena. Used to be, you'd go out... I feel like I should maybe try to do a Cockney accent here. Used to be, you'd go out with a bag, a stick with a nail on the end, and catch as many rats as you could in a night. The sea watch paid by weight. My husband Benjamin and I mostly worked alone, and we got by. If we found a place where the rats were real bad, sometimes we'd hire a crew of street brats to work with us, the younger ones who didn't make trouble. We paid them with bread and apple cider. Once the plague came, the rats were different. Meaner, bigger, and a little quicker. You had to watch yourself. If you got cornered, they'd turn and the swarm would come back at you. I barely got away with my skin a few times down in the sewers. The bites hurt afterward, but it was the sounds they made that stayed in your dreams at night. It got more dangerous and the city watch started paying better. But that didn't last long, because after a while too many people had been stripped clean trying to fill up a bag. One slip and they'd be all over you, gnawing and trying to chew down to the bone. That's how I lost my poor Benji. You're welcome. It wasn't bad. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. I don't do Cockney accents very much. Alright, the rat plague. Excerpt from a natural philosopher's notes. For over a year I've studied this cursed plague, collecting and dissecting rats by the thousands. Given their rapid gestation and maturation cycle, it's been possible to breed them for numerous generations. The rodents themselves seem immune to the plague, but they pass it readily between members of their own species, perhaps through mites. The blood of the rats tells its own story, allowing me to gauge the number of generations that a given group of rats have lived with the plague. As such, a nagging question remains. The rats collected in the poorest parts of town and the slums exhibit the oldest strains of the plague, while those found near the docks, where the foreign plague-bearing rats would presumably have entered our city, exhibit a younger strain of plague. Could this mean that the rats were transported to the slums in some way that is not obvious? I will continue my research. If nothing else, I'm living proof that Sokolov's elixir and Pierrot's remedy are very effective at protecting against the plague if one consumes enough of the stuff. Tea. Fueled by tea. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You know, I actually, that might actually be the first time I've tried to read anything in a Cockney accent, even vaguely, even though I'm sure that wasn't actually that good, so... Yeah, I've wanted to try voice acting before, but the problem with being a voice actor is if you want to get hired, you have to have a variety of accents that you can do, generally. And, I don't. Come back. Okay. Yeah, let's just stuff this in our pockets. That seems like something we would want to be doing. Oh boy. Should I do Cockney accent again, or should I try something else? No, yeah, it's Cockney. But not a woman this time. I've been asked to tell the problem, so here it is. It's been every year that we work like men gone mad in the month of nets. I don't hardly see my family. It's bad enough that the works is clogged with trash from the catch, pieces of crates and nets, but the water smells of hagfish guts too. We got to get it done before the month of rain, or you know what. And it ain't like we get help from those pricks in civil engineering either. Been in this job for nigh on 28 years, and I ain't never seen one of them come below, except to measure will it hold when they go putting up one of their fancy new bridges. So these last 3 years been the worst, and here's why. It's the river crusts moved into the works. We hear a man ahead yell and scream like he's burning up, and we all climb up fast. No other choice. Let's get out of here. Do we want to go downstairs and kill some fools? I think maybe we do. That's actually, yeah, providing you're not embarrassed to do it with people listening live. Well, none of you are judgy. None of you are judgmental. Oh, hey.
No, stupid goddamn. Son of
Is there another guy? I feel like there must be.
Around him. Take
Oh,
that.
hey. Nice. Oh. Spoilers for Gone Season 2. Give me just a second and I will give you a couple spoilers for Gone Season 2. Alright, here's one. Well, I think... See, I'm not sure if I've already given out the spoiler or not. Ooh, blood sausage like that there's going to be more than one voice, or more than two even. There's going to be 4 separate voices at this point, counting mine. I haven't cast them yet, and I still need to kind of refine my ideas for how that's going to work, but yeah. The cast is going to be bigger. I'm, like, nervous about that, to be perfectly honest. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but Galvani's been feeding people to rats. Incident with previous maidservant. Ah, like that then. What else? Well, the one of the big themes that season 2 is going to deal with is that the rules. I mean, one of the things about one of the let me start again. One of the sources of the horror in season 1 is the idea that the rules by which you navigated the world break down, right? Like things are suddenly unfamiliar and frightening. And you feel like you're losing your mind. So, by the time season 2 starts, some time has passed, and the narrator / protagonist feels like she's kind of gotten a grip on stuff. but that starts to change again. So the rules that I established in Season 1 are very much up for grabs in Season 2, and I think I did that mostly just because I wanted to keep stuff interesting for myself, but there's a number of reasons why I decided to do it. You'll see. I should emphasize that I'm still working out how all of this is actually going to function. So some of this may change, but yeah. Avoiding the rat plague. Excerpt from a government protocol on disease practices. Much of the public still harbors false beliefs related to the plague. It is not true that the bile from river crusts will protect against contraction of the disease. Nor is it true that crushed Morley orchids act as a remedy, although it is speculated that both of these ingredients are used in both Sokolov's elixir and Piero's remedy. Consumption of these products before exposure to the plague constitutes the only known means of resisting the disease. Further, the Abbey of the Everyman warns against superstitious practices. Not only is it ineffective to burn 2 hagfish and a cat together, no! Inhaling the vapors while chanting the names of the plague dead, no! It is also considered heresy by the overseers and will be met with the full measure of the Abbey's laws. Tell your neighbors and practice these things yourself. Avoid contact with the infected. Consume your ration of elixir daily, preferably in the morning, and report anyone suspected of carrying the plague. Everyone must work together to stop the spread of the dreaded contagion. Yeah. Plague, man. That's a bitch. Oh, I love the strictures. The strictures are written well, among other things, but they're also just like, I don't know, it's great fanatic shit. Restrict the restless hands, which quickly becomes the workmates of the outsider. Oh, but I want them to be that, he's so cute. Unfettered by honest labor, they rush to sordid gain, vain pursuits, and deeds of violence. Of what value are the hands that steal and kill and destroy? Instead, put your hands to the plow, the fork, and the spade. For even the lowliest labor that is rigorous squeezes the muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body. Yeah, I got restless hands. That's definitely me. That's definitely my hands. Ah, rats. Those rats aren't friendly. Those rats aren't friends. No, I actually, like, my hands are hideous. Like, they're covered in scars. Because I'm clumsy and I keep having accidents with things. Born and raised in Bristol, I spent my formative years in our smaller cities before settling in magnificent Dunwall. There, in the capital city, I learned to appreciate the finer things. When the opportunity arose to document my travels to Serkonos, Tivia, and finally Morley, I left my position as a clerk for the late Lord Estermont. Perhaps, like so many in Dunwall, I suffer from being excessively cultured, but I found Morley disappointing. Over the course of this journal, I will explain why I found the Festival of Churners to be tiresome, despite the high banners, bare feet, and red robes, and why their renowned jellied ox tongue is something I will be struggling to forget for many years to come. Oh, Christ, I don't wonder. That sounds absolutely horrible. Rats. Alright, I think we've done everything in the lab, so let's go back upstairs and get out of here. I don't want to go out on the ground floor. With the guts in our pocket. I imagine them just kind of leaking rat blood and stuff, just kind of this stain on our pants now. Yeah, except like I've heard, you know, one of the like lore I think in... Oh, hi. And I didn't even have to call them, they just attacked you. That's gratifying. Morley is, I think, supposed to be a reasonably cultured nation, though. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Maybe this is just because I haven't read the books and I've only read like one of the comics, I think, but I don't think we actually know very much about Morley. We don't know very much about Morley or Tivia. And it's very, very cool how we get to see Serkonos/Karnaca in Dishonored too, but like the story is so rich, I want to see more of it. Like, how about we have a game set in Tivia and a game set in Morley, and then we get to go to Pandysia?
This is one odd bird. Consorts with crazies, does rituals and the like, bone charms and such.
You sound afraid.
Damn right I am. Doubt ain't no ordinary man. Touched by the outsider he is, given dark powers. He can slit your throat across the...
I know, it's hot.
Well, that'd give him a leg up for sure.
It's no coincidence that most men won't even whisper his name.
Oh, I will.
Is it true that he lives in the flooded district? With them weepers and wild hounds?
That's what they say. Perfect place for a paid killer to hide.
Should I kill these guys? Should I kill these guys? Yes, they're ne'er-do-wells.
Somebody, get over here! Kick it bastard up to the head! Gotcha! Somebody! Prop them up! Die, you crusty bastard!
Hey! That was really not very nice. Stop it! Stop really firing it. That's what you get. I'm very low-key. I'm very sneaky and elegant and low-key, and I am the knight. We've seen widespread looting since the month of clans. It wasn't prevalent at first, but it's a pattern now. There's an outbreak in one of the districts and the watch moves in. We quarantine buildings, put down weepers, and deport anyone showing early signs. Afterward, the dead counters come through and the lawyers write up the paperwork to transfer ownership of businesses and homes at Parliament's discretion. Soon after, like clockwork, the gangs begin tearing the place apart. There's a fairly robust black market now because everyone wants elixir and most can't afford it. Even Sokolov's brand won't help you if you've already got the plague, but getting a regular dose is your best chance if you want to avoid contracting it. Some of the gangs have taken to buying small amounts and watering it down before selling it, and I have to admit, if I didn't have an officer's ration, I'd be buying from them. Gerard Corey, City Watch, 3rd Regiment, Estate District. That is an excellent point. Nobody detected me. Nobody nobody is currently detecting me. I am currently undetectable, in the sense that there is no one to do the detecting. I can pretend to sneak if I don't need to sneak.
You got lucky.
How?
When you're this handsome,
How did you people... Did you...
face like a hagfish. Pay up. Don't be sour.
Did none of you seriously...
When's Slackjaw coming down?
Not till the next batch of elixirs done. You'll want to check on things.
Then you better get all your shit together, huh?
Everything's fine. I run the still like I run a game of Nancy.
In the butt. Right in the hinder. I will, I'll let you know what happens with the game. I think I'm actually close to being done with the outline. There's a couple of specific things I'm really struggling with. Among other things, the, how you work with stats. The stats are a little... I don't know, conceptually I'm just having some trouble with them for some reason. And the particular coding that Choice of Games uses is it's not difficult, but it is something I have to learn how to do. But again, it's probably a good thing to have on a resume. I know, and like... Well, actually, in terms of math, Choice Script will do that for you. Like, I don't actually have to do math, but the kind of thinking that's involved is math-like. It's like mathematical in shape, and as a result, it's actually pretty hard for me. For disability reasons, but I'm getting through it. I'm not gonna read this, it's really short. Make sure you're wearing pants this time. Ugh. I should always be wearing pants.
Not to the Abbey or the office of the High Overseer, but one of the other places, where they train the
Is there
Overseer.
food I can take?
Crazy. He just wants to know where his brother is.
Taking your whale meat.
He sneaks in. You know where it is.
Just me taking your whale meat.
Brimsley job, hitting a dumbwaiter all night.
Yeah. So he goes from room to room. And Overseer.
Can't remember from one second to the next what I have enough of and what I do not. I used to want to actually, like, one of my friends has written for Bungie. He actually wrote most of the cool lore for Destiny. And, which then ended up not getting used in the game itself. Like, it's there, but if you want to actually read the stuff he wrote, you have to go to, like, a website or something. But, like, I've wanted to do stuff like that, but it turns out that it's also thankless work in a lot of respects, and incredibly frustrating because you don't have as much control over what you write as you would if you were just writing a book.
Well, give it.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. And
The
after
noblemen laid
hearing...
with the scullery maid, so loudly they made quite a riot.
After hearing what
The nobleman's
the
wife
Red Dead Redemption team went through, I'm like,
Carved
oh
herself
god, I don't
some
know.
peace and quiet.
Oh,
Maybe doing
The wife's
contract
done
work
kind of both, right?
helps you avoid the worst of that. I don't know. Let me up here.
Oh, let me think.
You're just being
Okay.
you're just being difficult. Is
Ready?
what you're doing.
I'm listening.
Hey TJ,
Once was a sailor from Moreland.
doing good. Sneaking through a distillery,
He gave her his cash.
killing
gave him a
dudes.
ration, and that's all. There isn't
We're
no
gonna
more.
put rat guts in the thing. You know what? Tie-in novels don't get nominated for awards, but there is money in them. I know a number of people who write them. Like, if you want to actually make a living writing, and awards don't feed you. That's,
Who's that?
Aww.
Faster enough for the hag.
I don't actually want to fight all these people.
See what's going on over here.
There's nothing going on. How are you all alert?
What the fuck are you looking at?
Blow off, chopper.
I want to know what choffer actually means. I mean, clearly it's bad, but... Nobody's the wiser. Oh, I know, like, but like, I want to know, like, you know, what's its derivation? What are the linguistics of it? Where does it come from? What did it originally mean? What is to choff? Unless that's actually an English word that I need to be familiar. Oh, we already read the rap leg. I feel like it is that an English word. I don't know. It's familiar to me, and maybe not through the game. What did you detect? Did you detect me? Did you detect the person I killed?
Hey, maybe dead body. Or maybe you're hallucinating.
Picked up anything good?
Huh.
I love how in this game a dead body is cause for moderate concern, but then if they don't find anything in about 5 minutes, they get see like.
Someone's about to get shit.
Oh, but then he sees it again. Yeah, the AI in this game is fun. Oh, a dead body. That must be nothing. I don't see him immediately, whoever did it, so it must be nothing. I'll take that.
Where are this business? Is anyone there? Help me look for him.
just a matter of time, buddy.
Gotta keep my eyes open.
You'll
Don't let him get past.
Run and hide, you coward.
Definitely somebody about. Watch it.
There's money. There is. And I don't think I'm gonna kill those guys. I think I'm gonna let them be. Alright. Got these guts out of her pocket finally. Alright, how do we want to get out of here?
Yeah, someone's still around.
I think... Is that the only one? I can never remember if that's the only one or not. Don't think there's anything down this, or we'll just come back this way. No.
Gotta keep my eyes.
Hey.
I'll move over here.
Believe it or not, I actually don't want to kill you.
Is that?
But I will.
Damn it. What now?
Lend me.
Must have been rats.
Yes, rats. Well, actually, rats can kill people in this game, so it's reasonable. Yeah, I don't really want to fight them all. I could, but I don't really want to.
Wonder what's on business. I know something. Someone messed with me.
No, you won't. You won't find me.
I know you're here.
You won't find me. Oh.
Spread out.
It's just a matter of time, buddy.
You'll never know. Oh, that's, maybe you will. Let me up on the pipe. This isn't going the way I planned.
Keep an eye out. We got company.
Look, I just got these powers. I'm still learning how to use them.
Where are you?
Yeah, we're just gonna sneak on out of here.
I know you're here.
Nice and smooth, and no one's the wiser except for the 10 people we killed. Skewered rat. What? Oh no, TJ. Oh no. Look, TJ, I don't think you're a chopper.
Never.
Okay? I don't think you're a chopper. Just want you to know that.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Now I can stroll along the waterfront in peace. And don't think I've forgotten your little gift. Go on upstairs, dear one.
Very good. Alright, how many rings do we have now? I think we just have the one. Yeah, we just have the one. Now I gotta decide if I want dark vision or not. Or to increase vitality. I think I might leave vitality alone. Yeah, we'll get dark vision. I don't use it a ton most of the time, unless I'm just primarily doing a low chaos stealth run, but pretty useful. I love Granny Rags. I just adore her face. She's so great. Alright. Where are we going now?
What?
I love how he's like really, really surprised, but also he's just going on about his business like he didn't see anything. He's like, what? Oh, well, you know, people just blink into and out of existence. It happens. It's a thing that people do. Alright. Oh, I was thinking, like, did the rats get all y'all? No, they didn't. Alright, I think we might actually sneak around and under and not even worry about the wall of light. I mean, I could just charge through, but... well, I mean, like, Dunwall is like the New York of the Isles. Isn't it? It's kind of like, people in Dunwall have to kind of be like, ah, whatever, you know. Shit's weird. Things happen that are surprising and you go on about your day. I think you're not nice. That's what I think.
Cold as a whaler's gaff hand. 50 years old at least. This guy fought for the Empress.
Forget his old ass. I can't even remember the Empress. We tagged it plain.
You can't remember the Empress? It was 6 fucking months ago.
Come on. What's the take?
Literally 6 months ago.
Plus 2 elixir.
Looked like 25 to me.
Look here. It's 20. It's 5 each, counting Boo.
You want me to check your pockets?
Let it go, kid.
Don't call me kid. You think you can cheat me? Come on, let's get this guy. Gonna feed you to the rats.
Just gonna let them do it.
That settles that.
What? Somebody, get over here. Go down, pig.
Fought for the Empress. I fought for the Empress. Don't you disrespect the Empress. Also, how the hell don't you remember her? It was 6 months ago. I can't forget her. Alright, through the wall of light. What are you guys? Oh, rats. Corvo's so sad. Well, while y'all are busy, I think I might just nip down here and take this. Corporal Meadows. We found this strange rune on the woman who used to sell pastries up the street. Not sure how she died, but since the thing looks superstitious, we set it aside for the overseers. After your shift is over, take it to them for disposal or whatever they do with them. Don't forget. I don't know about that. Seems superstitious to me. Oh, I don't need... Oh, I'll just... There we go. Let me get out of here. I don't want to jump because jumping is hard. Okay. Do I just want to... I think I kind of just want to sneak on forward and not even try and... Is that... I don't even think I can go around the other way. I don't think that's until later. You know what you're going to do? You're going to turn around and walk in the other direction. Telling you you're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. I'm going to snipe you.
That's just ridiculous.
That's not the other direction.
Stupid rats. Plague.
Getting impatient. None of you saw that. Of course he's whistling Drunken Whaler. What else would he be whistling? I'm not. I'm leaving. Bye. we'll try and do this level mostly sneaky.
Hello. I hear the second day is when the skin really starts to come all the way off.
Don't
Is
say
that true?
anything, Martin.
Or is it the itching that really gets you? Or the rats?
Jasper, isn't it? It's not so
I'm gonna make
bad in
faces
here,
behind his
except I miss
back.
your wife.
Huh. You don't scare easy, I'll give you that.
I'm gonna give him bunny ears.
That'll change.
I'm gonna cut his throat. Wasn't that funny? Wasn't that really funny, Martin? I
What
think
a
that was
sight
funny.
you are in that mask. I know who you are and what you're here to do. And I can help.
Can you now?
Unlock me and I'll buy you a drink in a couple of days. By the void, I'll buy you 100 drinks.
I don't know. By the way, I have tried to proceed through the area and it basically won't
Poor
let you.
circulation, and I seem to have forgotten my mittens, so I'd appreciate it if you could release me or at least go gather some firewood.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you're such a minor boy.
Feels good to stand up straight. Thank you, Corvo.
Yeah, sorry I'm
What
looking
you're
at
here
your
to do
crotch,
tonight
man. That
is
was,
of the
that was an
highest
awkward moment between us.
We've got to find Emily, so kill Campbell and make it quick. Once it's done, search his body for the journal, his notorious black book, and get out of there. Campbell is meeting with a guard named Kernow, and word from my informant is that Campbell is going to poison him. Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Alright, I won't be of any help here, so I'll make my own way back to the Hound Pits pub. If I see Samuel the boatman, I'll tell him to pick you up in the backyard.
Thanks.
Behind the office of the High Overseer.
All right, the deal.
Head hit the floor without
Thank you. It's nice of you to say.
scratch.
The deal with the rats is that the rats, there are more rats than usual in Dunwall, and I get the sense that Dunwall has a lot of rats just to begin with, and they are all carrying a really, really nasty plague. And because we have been touched by an agent of darkness and rot and forgotten things, we can command rats also. I will get that power pretty soon, I think. Also, we can inhabit rats. We can, like, possess them and shit, but I don't normally do that. But yeah, the rats are just kind of like the theme of the game. Aw, look at how sad we are. Look at our sad face. I like the finger pointing, like just in case you need a reminder of what happened, here's, finger pointing right at our head. Lies. 30,000 coins isn't enough. Lies. Horrible lies. Oh, you thought it was Daryl, did you? Yeah, well, it's not like I have a type. Let me up. There we go. Yeah, when I realized I actually wanted to, like, start writing fic of this game, I looked at Corvo, and then I looked at Daryl, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. Well, this explains some things, doesn't it?
It sounds painful. Have you ever seen the ritual? I've never seen the Heretics brand used. No. It's a
Also, God, in some ways they, like, are almost kind of the same character, too. Like, in some ways. Not the difficult home life, but in other ways.
through a fishing town in Salt.
Begging. What were his crimes?
Who can say?
I've
The
seen the
brand is
trailers,
reserved
I
for an
haven't seen, like,
overseer,
gameplay footage.
Or even the High Overseer himself, who violates our codes and must be
Yeah, and he's
cast
asked me
out
to explain
permanently.
anything.
Remember the
love
seven
talking about this
strictures,
game.
and you never need worry about such matters.
I will, brother.
As you might have noticed.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Never doubt it.
Okay, I was trying to guess what weird, awkward, stilted yes version of yes he would give. I thought it was going to be indeed, I believe so, but he didn't end up going in that direction. Yeah, no, I let me on to that light post. You didn't see anything. I've seen the trailers, but I really haven't seen anything besides that. Let's see. How do we want to proceed here? Normally what I do is I sneak in through there. Do I want to do that this time? Yeah, because there's stuff in there. We'll go that way.
Die.
This game is a giant hug for me, and like I've said about it before, like it's great canon because it can't hurt me. It's not gonna hurt me. I'm not gonna get any nasty surprises. What do I describe that type as? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know.
Nice shit, Digger.
Kind of vaguely sad, sort of lonely outcast guy who is in love with this girl and would absolutely die for her, and also he fails to save her and she dies right in front of him.
That might be worth checking out.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna find you, whoever you are, and then I'll
Demonstrate my failings. Demonstrate my failings? I don't have any failings. I mean, okay, no, that's not true. I have many, but... Are you still there? Can I...
What's going on there?
Nope. Nope. I mean, I think that's as good a way of describing it as anything. Yeah, Corvo's not really damaged, though, until he loses Jessamine. I think he's relatively well adjusted before that.
Things are bad. Could the city be worse?
There is so much implied in the game that, like, it's really left to the player or whatever to explore mentally. But, like, one of the things that I love thinking about that also kills me is what 12 months of torture in prison did to him, because just, oh my god. Wayland, Captain Kurnow and his retinue will be here this evening. See that they are allowed through the checkpoint without incident. I would like him in a fair mood when I have drinks with him in the meeting chamber, and poison him. Oops, I didn't mean to write that. Also be prepared to defend the checkpoint from the inside should things go awry with negotiations, such as if I poison him. Oops, I wrote it again. Not that I expect they should, but I want your overseers prepared in case Kurnow and his men live up to the City Watch's reputation. Also, I'm gonna poison him. Alright, I think, I don't normally go through the sewers, but... No, because I want to hit the meeting chamber right away. Hey, welcome! Good to see you. God, see, now I have to try and remember how to get up there. And it's been a very long time since I've gone that way, and I'm not 100% sure.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Never
Indeed.
doubt.
Oh man, they did it again. Indeed, I believe so. Yeah, how do I, can I get from the lamppost to that? Yes, alright, that's how we'll do it. Yeah, I think I want to deal with Kurnow and the High Overseer right off, and then we'll make our way through the rest of the place. My dad has always been, like, he doesn't smoke cigars a lot, but he really likes them. A lot of that is because he used to smoke them when he was he's a geologist, and he used to do a lot of field work in Napa Valley, which, you know, what you're gonna do when you're doing field work in Napa Valley. You're gonna drink wine and you're gonna smoke cigars in the evening at camp. And I tried one of his a while ago and I just could not get into it. Oh, season 2. first of all, yay, that makes me super happy. And second of all, season two, you'll listen to it when it's out, but it's not out yet. I'm still working on it. And I'm very embarrassed by how long it's taking me to do it. But I am working on it.
I trust you, troopers. I hear the watch is having trouble holding the side streets.
Bunch of children playing games, that's all it is.
Good.
Find a penny, pick it up. All day long, you'll have good luck.
I'm very concerned about her.
She'll be found. My men are searching district.
Let's see, what should I do here? Switch poison, combine... Well, I'm not going to combine. I'm not going to poison Kurnow. He's a nice guy. If I spill the glasses, I get to follow them down to the secret room, so I think that's what I'm going to do. That was not loud.
This is a resourceful one. Probably found a safe place to hold up in all this chaos.
If my overseer is, I'll come straight to him. Time for drinks. I hope you won't.
Burning pancakes, no! Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm actually going to disagree with that just a bit, because, I don't... It's not that I dislike the smell of them. I actually like the smell of them quite a lot when somebody else is smoking them. But, they're just a bit strong for me.
Men will come get you when we're finished.
They're just a bit strong for me. It's possible I wasn't smoking them quite the right way, because I'm used to smoking cloves, and of course you inhale those. Whereas you don't inhale a cigar.
I agree. A whore dies and suddenly this. Will you have
That's
wine?
sexist.
It's a Tivian Red.
Thank you.
What on who's been in here? I owe you an apology, Captain. This is hardly the hospitality I planned for you. Well, time to do this the hard way.
What? Time to do what the hard way?
Never mind. It's a stroke of luck for you.
Mutter evilly in your head, dude, not out loud.
Real vintage. Leave the men here. But we'll have to share with all of them.
Alright, well, we'll
Very
just
well, Campbell.
Following
as long as we
you.
get this little dispute settled.
Alright, I'm gonna nerd out about wine for a second. I would be very interested to know what a Tivian Red is like, because Tivia is supposed to be quite cold. And a lot of red wine is made in relatively warm areas.
You? Who are you?
I don't want to do that. So yeah, given that Tivia is cold, and also I get the sense that it's kind of a little bit dry, it's maybe a bit of an arid climate, I would just be very interested to know what kind of grapes that produces. Now, I don't know enough about wine to predict what kind of grapes that would produce, but yeah. It's probably kind of a neat tasting wine. Alright, we're gonna take care of Campbell and Kurnow, and then I think we're gonna switch to the Long Dark. And just kinda wind down a bit. I'm probably gonna do a very long stream on Saturday, because I'm gonna have the house all to myself. Just close that. I feel like I should have, like, sneaky music when I'm sneaking. Very sneaky. Maybe your button to your secret room should be a little less piercingly obvious. Thank you, that's the thing I was trying to think of. Pink Panther theme song. Silent. Utterly silent.
You see,
no, for fuck's sake, I was just out enough for them to see me. Oh well. See, this is why I quick save. I will have to sneak better.
Ah, you see this painting? Believed to be early Sokolov. Something primal in there.
That's not
The way the
early
brushwork
Sokolov. I
slashes
literally
across
watched
the
that get painted 6 months ago.
If you say so, Campbell. I can't say I have an eye for
The
this.
fuck are you pretending, man?
Give me a good battle scene anytime, and I'm happy. Or a man hunting.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
well,
a pretty
it's...
lady in it. I don't.
I think it really... Oh, I meant to... Fuck, I got distracted thinking about wine. Sorry, Kurnow, we'll save you. I personally prefer a lot of my red at room temperature, but, yeah, like, some red wine absolutely is good cold. I think... Here's what I think. I think people should drink wine however the fuck they want. I don't think there's, like, a wrong way to do it.
You see this painting? Believed to be early Sokolov. Something primal in there. The way the brushwork slashes across the canvas.
Ew.
You're safe. You're safe, Jeff. I saved you. You're welcome. Just gonna waltz on out of here, huh? Bye, Jeff. Callista says hey. But yeah, I generally like my reds at room temperature, and I like my whites cold. Yeah, it's like, again, like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Gonna steal that. We're gonna just, like, fold it up and shove it into our coat. And it won't be bulky at all. Ah, whaling mask, interesting. Campbell, I'm not sure how my predecessor operated, but from now on, if one of my girls tries to blackmail you, you send her back to me at the Golden Cat instead of concocting some plan on your own. I've had to replace 3 girls in as many months, and you can imagine the business of carnal pleasure isn't booming in this plague-stricken hole you call a city. Oh, TJ, I think that you were not here when I attempted a Cockney accent. But I just wanted to let you know that I did, because, I've been, like, reading the lore, you know, but I also have, decided that I'm going to, when the mood strikes, do accents, which has kind of been interesting. This is not one of those books, though. At the end of every year, after the last day of the month of songs, we begin the Fugue Feast. The new year has not started, and thus the time that follows is outside the calendar. A period of celebration and feasting begins, during which the people abandon the very practices that keep them whole and healthy over the year. Many leave their homes, euphoric with spirits or potent herbs. Some paint their faces or wear masks to conceal themselves as they pursue their passions without reservation. When the right cosmological signs are observed, and it is time for the calendar to begin anew, the sitting high overseer calls for the hymn of atonement, and the fugue feast ends. Families return to their homes, wives to their husbands, enemies put down their weapons, and fires are extinguished. No complaint is given for those who have wronged others, deviated from ancient codes, or discarded oaths, for this time during the astrological alignment does not exist and is not recorded. The following day starts the new year, marked on the first day of the month of Earth, as it has always been. So it's basically the Purge. It is basically the Purge. Anyway. Let's get out of here. I don't know if it was great. It maybe was great by how ridiculous it was, but it was fun. And I may yet sing. I don't know, I may be convinced to sing. Do I want to stop here? I'm starting to run low on tea. Hang on just one second. I don't have my phone and I don't actually know what time it is. I'll be right back. Very sorry for blowing my nose. I thought I muted the thing. If you might have just heard me fucking guffaw. Yeah, yeah, sorry, I usually, mute the mic when I do things like that, but, my husband, texted me, OMG, a guy with the surname Bowser is gonna be head of Nintendo of America. Isn't that the best? Oh god. Alright, it's 4:10. What do I want to do? I think I actually want to stop Dishonored here and switch over to the Long Dark, because I also need tea. So, go ahead and save, and we'll pick this back up tomorrow, but I'm gonna go make some tea and laugh about Bowser some more, and, when I come back, we'll go ahead and switch over. So if you need to stretch or get any refreshments, now is a good time, and I'll be right back. And I am back. Got a fresh thing of tea. So let's get back to Forlorn Muskeg. Yeah, as of yesterday, we were just trying to get the fuck out of that map, but oh, it's such a bad map. It's such a bad area. I hate it a lot. At least the weather's nice. I'll turn my volume up a little bit. Alright. Why won't you? There we go. What time is it? I gotta go while the going's good, so let's dismantle this thing. Alright.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, and yeah, we ate all our food. We ate all our food. Gotta either kill something or find some cattails. God.
I'll die if I don't get food soon.
You will not shut up. I kind of feel... Oh, I could go get that wolf. I don't have a sprained wrist anymore. I could shoot it. I think I'm actually going to try to do that. Because I need the meat. And I gotta head back in that direction anyway because we're just surrounded by weak ice and I don't really have a choice. He's a ways off, but at least I can carry a gun. I couldn't before because I had a sprained wrist, but sleeping did heal that, so... Oh, my kingdom for some painkillers. We did search that corpse, though, right? At least I think that's a corpse. Pretty sure we did. Yeah, I might do an especially long stream on Saturday. I don't know. I might be a bad person and just like stream most of the day and people can pop in and out as they want to. Which is, you know, always. People can always do that, but ah, damn it, I'm gonna have to follow him. Come back here, you. I mean, he's probably gonna bleed out. Yeah, definitely come back over toward me. You can drop dead anytime you want. Anytime. Oh god, do I want to chase him? Oh man, I don't know. Not really. I'm walking so slowly. Let's just go. That was annoying. Yeah, the Dishonored was me just being very happy about everything, and this is going to be just nothing but complaining because I hate Forlorn Muskeg so much. Stupid wolf. I guess it was really more my fault. Alright, so I can get back to the tracks and just follow the damn tracks, or I can continue to try to get over there where there may or may not be anything. I don't know. I don't know, I kind of feel like I just want to follow the tracks. That bear is poking around, but... I'm still kind of in Dishonored mode, so I keep thinking I've got a spyglass. But I don't. So... I don't know. Okay, I see a shed, and I think I see another building. I think there is something else over there. Oh, the part of me that yearns to explore really wants to get over there. I think I'm gonna try and do it. But I do think that means I'm gonna have to go all the way around. Because ain't no way I'm getting across on that ice. have never done a really long stream, now that I think about it. I think a little over 3 hours is about the longest I've ever done it. I'm kinda interested to see how it would go if I just go for hours. Might do it just to see how it goes. God, some cattails would be really good right now. I guess I picked all of these clean. Can I get across up here? Oh, also, I meant to mention this before. I am now archiving everything on YouTube, so the link is in my profile, or my username on YouTube is in my profile, so nothing is going to disappear into the Twitch ether. I'm saving everything. Just because, again, I have noticed some people do watch these after the fact, which makes me happy. Okay, yeah, I think if we slide along this way... Oh, I shouldn't say things like this, but if we slide along this way, I do think we'll be alright. Ugh, more wolves. On the other hand, wolves are things to kill for meat, so it might not be all bad. Can I get across here? Please let me get across here. It's very thin. I think we're okay? I think we're okay? We're... okay. Slide along here and see if there... Oh, I think I see cattails. I think I see cattails. It's very exciting. I'm coming for you. I'm coming to get you. Gonna eat your heads. Gonna eat them all up. Any second now. See, I'm in Dishonored mode, so I'm hitting F when I want to interact with something. And periodically when I'm trying to interact with something in Dishonored and I end up attacking it, it's because of this game. Okay, I think we can... I think we're okay as far as ice goes right in here. Where? Where? From where? From whence? I don't like that I can't see you. Where are you? There you are. Damn it. I used to hit them, like, all the time, and I'm having a really hard time right now. What the hell's going on? I didn't even wing him. Maybe he'll come back. Yep. He wasn't that scared. Motherfucker. Come back over here. Come back over here. Oh god, do I have to go all the way around there? I do, don't I? Complain, 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 complain. Oh my god. So let's list all the ways in which this is unfair. This is unfair in so many different ways. Can I at least get across this way? Please, 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 please. Please. Probably not gonna let me, are you? There's a dead thing over there. I can maybe eat it. Well, wolves are getting scarier. I'm getting worse at the long dark, which, you know, is entirely possible. Yeah, I think we gotta go all the way the fuck around. Alright, so it's just gonna be a slog. That's fine. Yeah, you'll make it, but you're gonna whine about it the whole way. Oh, we have cattails. I completely forgot. We can eat some cattails. We're not starving, exactly, but we got them. Might as well eat them. That's, you know, that's the smart move. I did a thing that wasn't smart, which is I didn't do that. That was the not smart thing that I did. And I'm paying for it now. Also, hello, Jesse. I did not see you come in. Yeah, I just really wanna get over there. Like, I wanna get over there. My curiosity's gnawing at me, even though I probably should just go back to the track. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And try not to fall into the ice. Do I have rose hips? I do have rose hips. Huh. I think... I don't know. Well, I don't think it will let me make a fire here. I think the wind is a bit too strong. Let me just get over there. Yeah, see, I figured they wouldn't put something over there and then give me no reward for making it all the way over there, so we're gonna go. Anyway, we've come this far. Hey, a person. An unfortunate person who had gloves at one time. I will take your gloves in memory of you.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Okay, just for a second I actually forgot which direction we were going in. Alright, this way's fine. I hope. We'll see. Oh my god, you guys, I love how sunny it's getting. I love how long the days are now. I mean, they're still not as long as I like, but I'm just like... I don't know, it's... What time is it? It is 4:34 in the afternoon, and I am sitting here and, like, the sun is still up. I just feel so good about life. I think that, oh, it's getting foggy. Shit. I think that, that's also a good indication that the new meds are working, because I have just generally felt like I'm not as tired as I was and my mood's elevated, which is reasonable given that one of the things I'm taking is also supposed to treat SAD. That's not primarily why I'm taking it, but that's a nice side benefit. So yeah, like things are good with me right now. I'm really digging it. Aside from the rampant anxiety, but that's, you know, that's always. It's especially nice change because last week everything was just, ugh, I just kind of hated everything last week. Not for any particular reason, I just hated everything. Look, you. You quit your whining. At least if I have to make a shelter, I think I have enough cloth. I think I do. Alright, well the dead thing isn't edible, which I was kind of hoping, but thank you, I'm happy that I am happy too. Well, let's see what else is in here. A lot of drums, if one is into drums. Ugh, I'm disgusted with you. Fair disgusted.
I wonder if the owner's around.
You wonder if the owner is around. You wonder if the owner is around. Astrid, I don't even with you. I don't even know where to start with you, Astrid. You're quite a piece of work.
That's a bit.
I think we've been alive for like 34, 35 days now, though. We're doing really good, all things considered. This is my best long dark run so far. It's also been one of my most frustrating, but I think that if you survive long enough in this game, sooner or later you're going to run into a big stretch where things are just kind of generally frustrating. Okay, so there's definitely stuff over here. That's good.
Anything right now.
Fine. Just to make you be quiet. Oh, and I think we're done with the weak ice, too. Getting back will be interesting. I can either go back the way I came, or I can try and skirt around the edge of the map, I guess, but, I'm actually no longer sure where we are in relation to the train tracks anyway, so... Whatever, that's a problem for later. Because we have all this interesting stuff to look at. That's, I think a mark of how bored this map was making me, that all this is now very, very interesting to me. Oh, a dead deer. That's exactly the kind of thing I was hoping to find. Things are looking up. Is that some wood? If it is, I'm gonna get it. I don't need another hacksaw. Yeah, because I'm gonna want to make a fire, because I'm gonna want to make some tea. Probably, unless I get lucky and find some painkillers. Coal, eh? I'm already walking extremely slow, so why not? Alright, I'm still... Okay, but I have another hour. Another hour will at least take care of the moose stomp. So there's that. Yeah, one of the biggest priorities, though, is still a bedroll. God, I remember before this before this game instituted snow shelters, before they actually included that, if you lost your bedroll, and I don't think you could sleep in cars then either, if you lost your bedroll, you were just fucked. That was it. If you were going probably to die, unless you found another one.
Oh, I could eat anything right now.
Alright. Sun's starting to go down. Let's keep moving. Let's drag ourselves over in this direction laboriously and make a fire and cook this shit. Wait, I have a sprained ankle, right? Okay, not a sprained wrist, so we can hold a gun for all the good that'll do us. What the fuck? I stopped hobbling and I started hobbling again? Not a fan. God, I almost want to make a fire here just to make it stop. I'm gonna do it. I can't take the hobbling. I can take walking very slowly. I can't take hobbling. It's just miserable. Alright, so we'll make some rosehip tea and we'll cook the meat. Wait, it may not let me. Fuck, I don't think it's going to let me because I don't have a can, because I was a dumbass and I lost all my cans and my cooking pot. Because I'm bad at the long dark. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me do it. Well, we can at least cook the meat. Alright. And you. Alright. And just because I'm going to take a torch. Yeah, sorry about the hobbling, but that's what you get when the streamer is a dumbass. Worst comes to worst, there are enough twigs here where I can make, snow shelters, so we're not completely screwed. I guess let's head over there. Well, I don't know, we're closer to this guy. We might actually check this out first. Yeah. We're gonna have to come back anyway, so... Or we would. Well, we don't have any. Don't have any first aid for you. You just gotta suck it up. Thought I heard a wolf barking. Oh god, in a few hours. Oh man, I'm sorry. Do I want a tip? Yes, I will accept a tip. Well, I really hope it goes okay. I know that you're not, like, super hopeful, but... You know, fingers crossed. This building here? I mean, that's where I was headed until I took a detour, so yeah. I had a feeling there was going to be stuff there. And you know, if it goes the way you're hoping it doesn't, then you know, just like y'all are not alone. Not alone in things not going the way would be ideal, and not alone in wanting to fight for things to go better than they are. Almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and break out the lantern. Just because I don't like searching in the dark. I feel like I'm always missing something. Is that a first aid kit I see? Why, I believe that it is. Oh yeah, this is the forge. Right. Is that a bedroll that I spy? I don't really need those things, but I'll take them. And yeah, I'll take the song kit. I'll drop some of this coal, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Not just yet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, I will take that also. And thanking you most kindly, game. Alright, let's go up here. If nothing else, we can sleep off the sprain. Let's see what I don't have, though, still, is a can. I need a can. I need a can really bad. Come on, can. Fuck. Neither of those things is can-shaped. Well, okay, it's a bed. Not a bedroll, but it's a bed. Ooh, some nice prose here. Do you see the stars? Do you see that you are there? It's the fault of the mind to perceive separation. The same fault creates time. Look around, observe. Your father was trying to preserve what we have. The boxes hold the seeds of the universe. Breathe deep and persist. Fix that goal in your mind. Concentrate on a single flower. You'll feel that warmth on your cheeks again. This is just a signal from beyond. It's just a passing cloud from another world. The songs of birds will fill pink skies. Remember, the weakest light breaks the deepest darkness. A little choppy here and there, but overall quite nice. Well, somebody got bored. Okay, I guess we'll sleep. We'll drink some water, which we're running low on, and sleep. Alright, no more hobbling, if nothing else. What time is it? Do I have any more water? I'm out of water. I was trying to cancel. Let me cancel. Okay, what do we want to do? We didn't check under here. I don't know if there's anything, but let's do it anyway. Oh, still foggy.
So thirsty, I can't think straight.
Well, why don't you just melt some snow in your damn mouth? Christ. I could just kick this game. I could just kick it in the shin. Right in the shin. Is there actually stuff in the crates? I can never remember if that's actually like... Oh, there's a locker over here or something, I think. Is there? Is there? Yes.
God, I am swallowed.
I mean, I might as well break them down. Come on, can. None of those were cans. I could melt snow in a boot. Yeah, but I have just nothing but wood right now. I'll go break a couple of them down. We'll see. It's still really foggy anyway. I don't know if I want to go anywhere right this second.
Made it through another night.
Well, we have a lot of condition to bleed. Although there is stuff in the crates. Okay, I should always break down the crates. We already have a fire striker. Take a couple things of accelerant. We have got to drop some things. We have got to drop some things. We're not doing well as far as the weight goes. Okay, I have way more antiseptic than I need right now. What else can I ditch? I don't... Well, wait. How is that compared to what I've got? It's not quite as warm, but the wind... It's better in just about every other way. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Also, this is heavier. Okay, so we're gonna... yeah, we're not touching that. We're gonna break this down and repair the jacket. Oh yeah, it is better. It is better. Not quite as water protective, but... I don't know, I'm a little torn. It's just heavy is all. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to keep track of the hatchet condition just because of the bad things that have happened to us with the hatchet before. I know, I'm sorry, I'm dithering about this a lot, but, okay, well, there's enough wind protection that I do think I'm actually gonna, switch. The plaid shirt, how much cloth do we actually have? Yeah, we can do with a little more, especially because I'm gonna have to do some repairing. So, might as well harvest that. I'm doing well with my overall condition. Like, I'm, you know, hungry and real thirsty, but other than that, things are doing okay. Alright, that, yeah, I think that we're also going to break down. Okay, so this we're going to repair. New Expedition Parka. Lovely. And I like the colors too. Alright, double check how much cloth we got. 9 pieces. 9 pieces of cloth. Given that, do I want to break this down or not? What other clothes do I have? Well, I can break those down to... Alright, well, I'm definitely breaking these down. And I think I actually might just... it bothers me to do it, but I think I might just drop the other jacket. How much cloth did that give me? 10 pieces. Huh. Now that I have no bedroll, I have to think about this kind of carefully. How much will this give me if I break it down? 2 pieces. Alright, I'll do it. Doesn't really help me lighten my load, though. Okay. let's go back and look at this again. So, well, I'm carrying a lot more cattail heads than I need. I'm gonna drop about half of those. That helped. I really don't need all this coal. I'm gonna keep 2 pieces of it. I also frankly don't think I need all the firewood. Oh, that climbing rope. That climbing rope is killing us. Oh, also, that's a lot of wood. In fact, I'm gonna drop all of it. At least for now. Okay, we're doing better, doing better, doing better. Go ahead and fuel up the lantern. Okay, so, that I'm gonna drop. That I'm gonna drop. Okay, now as far as weight goes, we're back to where I would like us to be, so that's good too. Hey! Whoa, hey! Hello! I'm glad you're excited. You must be having a pretty good day then. You missed my Cockney accent. I'll probably do it again tomorrow. But yeah, I did a very bad Cockney accent, cause drop that. Cause I was doing dramatic readings of Dishonored lore. Alright, I think I've dropped just about everything I want to drop. Oh, thank Christ, we're actually walking. We're not walking and we're not slogging. Okay, let's break down these crates too. Just on the off chance that there's something in them. Dog food! I'm so happy to find this dog food. I shouldn't be that excited about dog food, but I am. Hey, a safe! Well, we're gonna open that after we dump all this wood, which we don't really need. Yeah, I have tinder plugs. Oh, I have tinder plugs because I broke down the crates. Right, right. Yeah, all that's... Although I will be making a fire, I think, just to melt some more snow and to cook some shit. Alright, let's do some safe cracking. Alright, so that's like, it's like 24-ish. Oh wait, yeah, I need to hit that first and then go back. I know how to crack a safe, I know how to do it. I can do it. Oh, it's actually exactly 25. A sneak peek of my Cockney accent before tomorrow? No, I need to have something to read. Anyway, the mood has left me. The mood, the inspiration to do it has left me. I'm not in Dishonored mode anymore. It was fun. I had fun. I started reading, I just love Dishonored lore, and I like some of the writing in the books, and I just figured I was going to be that irritating completist and just read everything out loud to people whether or not they wanted me to, and if they didn't want that, they could just watch a different streamer. But then I realized I could actually do a dramatic reading of some of this shit.
Come in handy. Oh, lovely day.
Oh yeah, that's lucky, alright. Alright, let's take some of this and make a fire. Yeah, I'm having a really good time streaming Dishonored. I hope other people are enjoying it also. It's everything I was kind of hoping that BioShock would be and did not end up being. In terms of how well it's working for me personally. Alright, can I use the forge for a stove? I feel like I should be able to, because there's a top there. Yeah. Oh, that's just the furnace. Yeah, just the furnace. Okay. Tinder plow, use a cattail head. Yeah, like pretty much any place you can start a fire you can use for cooking, right? I have like no experience with the forge. Okay. Yeah, let's go through our reclaimed wood first. How long we got? Excellent. Oh, I actually have to eat some of this dog food first. Yum. Oh, it is? Honestly, I didn't even notice that it's high enough that I don't need tinder. Is it maybe also partly because I'm using a specific kind of fire surface thing? Drink. Food and water. So happy. What time is it? Oh, we're gonna stay here tonight. That's really neat. I didn't know that. Well, then I'm pleased with myself. And every time I fail to start a fire, I'm gonna be even angrier about it. Yeah, let's just melt a shit ton of water. Probably should feed this furnace, yeah. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna melt a bunch more. And then eat a lovely dinner of dog food. Oh, damn, fire went out. Oh no, I can still add something. Get in there. Phew.
Oh, I need to find food.
More water, more. We're really living the high life, aren't we? Not ever, at least we're not starving. Enjoy your lie down. Lying down sounds nice. We're gonna lie down in just a minute.
Oh, I need a horse.
Yeah, add one more thing of cedar firewood. Man, we might just eat all the fucking dog food, I don't know. It isn't annoying at all. Except now I have to think about fun facts about myself, so you put me on the spot. And I don't know what facts count as fun. Let's see. Well, I've at this point been in school for about 15 years, and that's not counting elementary and middle and high school. That's a fun fact, isn't it? Boy, that's just all kinds of fun. I love school so much I don't seem to be able to get out of it. I will probably graduate this spring. If I don't, I'm probably gonna get divorced. Am I already wearing those? Yes, okay, I don't need two of those then. Get out of here. Alright, you know what? I'm paranoid now, so we're keeping 2 cans. They're not very heavy. Alright, let's go to bed. I can't see where I'm going. We're just gonna let him hatch. I'm not gonna pull out the lantern. Oh wow, I wasn't even close. I wasn't remotely close. Go. Oh, I was about to tell this cat to go away, but it's Sadie. Hi, Sadie. Sadie, you don't have to go. Sadie's leaving. Alright, sleep. What else about me's fun? When I was a kid, I wanted to be a figure skater until I realized I would have to learn how to skate. That was kind of a deal breaker.
I would drink just about anything right now.
I also wanted to be a paleontologist, and I, in retrospect, kind of wish that I had decided to do that. Sometimes I feel like maybe that would have been a better move. I might be a little bit more hireable. Fully rested, and it's a beautiful morning, so let's get out of here. Put that away. Oh, isn't that lovely? Look at that. That's, you know, that's idyllic. That's what that is. That's a word. It's idyllic. Alright. I'm so pleased with how quickly we're moving. The only thing that would make me happier than I am right now, more chuffed than I currently am, would be if we found a bedroll. And you know that might still happen. Regardless, I'm pretty sure we get back to Mystery Lake from here, and I think I left something in Mystery Lake. We just gotta poke around. I also left some leather to cure in the ranger station, which is probably cured by now, except I have a lot of leather, so I don't really need it. And I think I've seen everything over here. I'm probably missing something, but I'm just gonna move on anyway. I know! Over a month! I'm extremely proud of myself. Hey, there's stuff over there. This is the best run we've had yet. This is the best run. I'm really quite proud of myself where that is concerned as well. Although, you know, with the long dark, it's all you're doing is postponing the inevitable. So it's just a matter of time. Yeah, those don't look super promising, but let's go check them out anyway. Anyway, I think we are just going to slide around the edge of the map and try and avoid the ice altogether, and try to get to the railroad from there, rather than cutting out across the ice. I just don't think I can bear it. The weak ice stresses me out so much. It stresses me out more than wolves. I think it's actually, depending on what you've got to fend the wolf off, it's worse than the wolves, because it soaks your gear, and I mean, there's, you know, you might be okay after that, you might not. What a lovely morning this is. I love the light effects in this game so much. They do the sky so well. It's like stylized, but it also looks kind of realistic. I don't know, it's hard to describe. Oof. Would you pick your foot up just like a tiny bit? There you go. Astrid. Astrid, work with me. I'm trying to work with you. Work with me. Cattails down there? I don't think so. Anyway, we already have an MRE, so I'm a little less stressed about the cattails. Also, there's something dead over here. Alright, let's see what we got. I need to remember to break down green crates. I'm really annoyed at myself for not realizing before now that there was shit in them that I could potentially be taking. Food! Pretty sure the owner's not around, Astrid. I'm pretty sure you're fine. Nothing in that, doesn't look like. Or that. Or that. Oh well. Let's ditch all this wood.
Fingers are numb.
Oh wow, it is cold, isn't it? I hadn't really noticed. Not good on me. Well, I don't really want to build a fire and warm up, I just want to go. Hey, he's back. Very good. We're doing much, much better. Yeah, prompts are good. Prompts are, if you want to, like, ask me shit, prompts are good because I can't think of anything. What's invisible that I wish people could see? The dead wolf. No, that's not my answer. Is that the wolf? I think it might be a wolf I killed. Yeah, that's pretty fresh. Yeah, that must be one of the ones I winged.
Can you eat trees?
That's actually, that's pretty tough. I don't know. I feel kind of like, well, there's 3 more. I feel kind of like all the stuff that's invisible, should be. You know? Or at least the stuff that's, like, not visible to the naked eye. Like the stuff that's too small. I don't want to see most of that. I'm very happy not being able to see it. I could get all philosophical and say, like, time, but what would that even be like? I think I just blew my own mind a tiny bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like if it
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
If it comes down to perception, then we start talking about empathy, and I just wish people had more in general. But yeah. See, the go-to superpower is by the way, it's kind of funny how I talk with my hands even when you guys can't see me. My go-to superpower, that's kind of a fun question because it almost kind of touches back to invisible, because, you know, do you wish you could fly or be invisible? Is always kind of a superpower question people ask. I want to be able to fly. I know that that's kind of like a boring answer that a lot of people give, but I would love to be able to fly. I would just absolutely fucking love that. I would do it all the time. I would never walk. I'd be like, walking is for the peasants. If I don't soar, I'm gonna levitate, but my feet are never touching the ground again. Pineapple on pizza? Yeah, I don't know. It's not like my, it's not my topping of choice, but I definitely see why it works. I see why that taste combination isn't awful. At least not where a lot of people are concerned. I suspect that a lot of the people who go ew actually maybe haven't tried it. Because idea-wise, I think it sounds a little gross, but it's actually, you know, it's probably not. Well, and you know the thing about that is, I feel like if it's something you like, you should eat it, and if it's something you don't like, nobody should be able to make you. And if this is weak ice, I'm quitting the game. Fuck, I'm quitting, I'm leaving. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. It's incredibly unfair. I'm not in favor of that. Not in favor of that. If you ask me if I'm in favor of weak ice, the answer is absolutely not. My Hogwarts house is unquestionably Ravenclaw. I mean, I've been in school for like 20 fucking years. Yeah, it's gotta be Ravenclaw. Maybe with a little dash of Slytherin. I don't know. Probably mostly Ravenclaw. Yeah, everybody share their houses. Everybody let me know what your houses are. Scooching down the slope. Once I get over there and I have a little more access to, hey Wolf, wood, I think I might build a fire and cook this meat. Just because I'm, as usual, a little nervous about just carrying it around raw. Slytherin, really? See, the thing about Slytherin is I know I'm not remotely the first person to say this, but J.K. Rowling just, like, Slytherin being the go-to for villains is just shitty, because why would Slytherin even exist if it wasn't beneficial in some respect? Like, the traits that the Sorting Hat announces as Slytherin traits are not bad traits.
God.
If I was organizing an adventuring party, I would want a Slytherin. You want a Slytherin. Yeah, I'm too cowardly to go in Gryffindor. I'm not nice enough to go in Hufflepuff. And I think I'm not cunning enough to go in Slytherin. I'm smart, but, not clever, I guess. Well, all of the houses in varying combinations are actually really, I think, symbiotic in to varying degrees, and I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, there'd be those houses in Hogwarts. It's like she set something up to be really interesting and then kind of oversimplified it and didn't do much that was interesting with it, at least not in the books that I can recall, the main books, and I never read any of the spin-off books, and I honestly don't care enough to read them. Like, I liked the Harry Potter books, but I'm not, like, a big Harry Potter fan, if that makes any sense. Like, I liked them, I read them, I enjoyed them a lot, but I never cared super intensely about them. I don't even think I saw the, part 2 of the last movie. Although it's not that I didn't like part 1, I just never got around to seeing part 2. Shit, you're not in my line of sight. Where are you? Where are you? Why can't I see you? Where the fuck are you? I don't like this. Fuck you. Well, anyway. Yeah, I think there's probably a lot to that. Alright, let's break down these limbs and build a fire. Not freezing anymore, but I mean, you know how it is, siblings that are really similar are always gonna fight, so. Yeah, I guess. Huh. So I could just drop all my tinder if I wanted. That's kind of nice.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
I wonder if J.K. Rowling knew that. That she was creating two houses and placing them at odds, and they actually were fairly similar in a lot of respects. Or at least, like, you know, both had faults in kind of similar ways. I don't know. Anyway, let's cook some stuff. Moldy. Ew. Why? See, that's wild. I mean, I won't say like nobody should do that, because I've slept out overnight for ridiculous things before and I don't regret it, but that's intense.
I need a drink.
Oh yeah, right, we do have water. The last movie I think I stood in a really long line for was probably The Last Jedi. All the movies that I go to, I don't see many movies in the theaters, but all the movies that I go to these days, there is something of a line for them, but that's because of the specific theater I go to. They don't let you in until right before showtime. So even relatively minor films still end up attracting a line, which is kind of cool. Oh, now I want to make water. What is something I refuse to share? You know, I don't think there actually are very many things I would refuse. I'm sort of giving terrible answers to these questions. There are not many things that I think I would absolutely refuse to share. Fuck you. There's in almost any circumstance, you know, I'll share something. There's some things I don't really want to share. Like if I have a bag of Milanos and there's only mint Milanos and there's only like 3 left, I'll give my husband one if he wants one. But I'm also kind of like, and I won't complain about it, and I won't pretend that I won't, like, you know, kind of be surly, but I'll also be like, I would prefer if you did not want this. Oh, we are still thirsty. Hey! Hey, Snake Eyes. Welcome to the stream. Alright, dark is coming and I'm getting tired. Do I want to bed down overnight here? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we want to get moving. I think we're going to get moving, and I think I don't think we're going to make it all the way to the tracks, but I think we're going to go as far as we can. I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. Just chilling, hanging out, talking to people. Trying to think of something that I refuse to share. I'm still trying to think of something, and I'm completely drawing a blank. I'm thinking of like myself, and I'm thinking of myself in survival situations, like if you're starving, would you share your food? And I'd like to say yes, but I don't know. People start behaving in ways that they wish they wouldn't when they get really, really hungry. One food, see, no, see, that's a shitty question. I'm not blaming you for it, but like that's a shitty question, because if you pick the food you really like, it ruins it for you. Like, you're basically condemning yourself to hate that food. So I think I would actually pick a food that I don't have any strong feelings about whatsoever. So... No, but see, I'm thinking through the practicalities of this, and there are very few single foods that you can only eat without suffering malnutrition. See, apples are great. I'm thinking through this all the wrong way. Apples are great because they give you fiber and sugar and other stuff, but there's no protein in them, so you'll start dying of protein deprivation. lentils, maybe? Like, I don't like them, but they're good? I don't know. I told you, I'm thinking about this all the wrong way. This is what happens when you ask me questions. I think about them in a way that's a little bit too... Well, how would that actually work? There's a lot to be said for chef salad. It's at least varied. There's more than one thing going on in it. No, but see, that's actually... Okay, that's actually an important point regarding the rules of this particular question, because, like, are you saying one food? One particular food? Or one particular dish that is composed of multiple foods? Because if it's the latter, then... Piece of shit. If it's the latter, then that mixes things up a bit. Hey, there is absolutely nothing wrong with Wendy's. I dig Wendy's. Actually, I don't dig them quite so much anymore since I found out how they're okay with the people who harvest their produce being treated. But I'm absolutely fine with fast food. Yeah, see, now I'm going through my inner Pinterest and trying to remember what I like and what I don't. Oh, I don't know. Stew. And into that stew I would throw just about everything that would contain any nutrient that I would need, and I would try to pretend that it didn't taste as bad as it would probably taste. I do make a fairly good stew. Yeah, see, if it's a dish, it's cheating a bit. It's cheating a bit. It opens things up to kind of fudge your way around it. I'm gonna have to stop and sleep soon. That's like potatoes. Yeah, potatoes are just about anything. Throw some potatoes in there. They are reliable go-tos. Let's see, can I get across here? I'm gonna try and edge across here. I'm really trying to stick to the very edge of the map where possible. Even though that looks a bit steep. I could probably do it. Oh, I hope I don't just end up going in a circle. That would be vexatious. It will? It will? That's amazing to know, and I will try to remember that. That's, you know what, now that I actually think about that, that actually makes a fair amount of sense. It's not the kind of thing that, like, you would necessarily think to do in the moment, but that makes... Because, I mean, the most important thing to do is you just gotta get your clothes dry. Well, yeah, wet snow isn't gonna do it. Obviously. It's gotta be, like, dry, powdery snow. Cremated, I think. Actually, no. The kind of burial I want is not allowed in the United States. In fact, I'm not sure where in the world it's legal. It used to be done in parts of the world where there were a lot of Zoroastrians, but I don't know if they still do it. It is a sky burial. I want a sky burial. I think that's just one of the niftiest ways to be buried. Burial at sea is also pretty nice, but I'd rather have birds eat me than sharks. Of course you knew it. You know me. You know my sensibility. I'm trying to remember how I found out about Sky Burial. I think it was Neil Gaiman. I think it was, yeah, it was. It was, I think they talk about the Towers of Silence in one of the, oh, no. Towers of Silence in one of the Sandman books. Don't tell me I trapped myself. Yep, it's the Necropolis. It's the Necropolis. Yep. Yeah, see, you know. That's probably where a lot of people who aren't already history buffs, or like, you know, kind of comparative culture people, who are super well read encountered it. Yeah, I had forgotten what exact context it was. Thank you for reminding me. That was a cool story. I've kind of been wanting to go back and reread Sandman, just because it was so formative for me, and I haven't looked at it in a while. I did reread The Doll's House not too long ago, but I don't think I went further than that. Yeah, Neil Gaiman is very good, especially in Sandman, at kind of doing what the Dishonored writers do and throwing together a world that is really vibrant and interesting on its own, that acts as a place where you could go back for more and more and more stories if you wanted to. Which, as I think we talked about yesterday, is not something that everybody can do. Oh man, who doesn't love death? Death is fantastic. And I had my death phase when I was in high school, obviously. I still have the Ankh I bought. It's a nice Ankh. Bought it Hot Topic and everything. God, I was such a late 90s, early aughts goth kid. I would be embarrassed, but I have no shame about it. Well, I hope that's all he did, because Jesus. You know what? I've never read Transmetropolitan. I know that that's the kind of thing that I should read, but I've actually never really read any Alan Moore. Wait, he did Transmetropolitan, right? Or am I thinking of somebody else? That is Alan Moore, isn't it? God, now I'm second guessing myself and I'm gonna be embarrassed if I'm wrong. Warren Ellis, thank you. Oh god, by the way, Warren Ellis has tweeted / posted on Tumblr some essays I've written, and it weirds me out all the time. That's right, Alan Moore did Watchmen and V for Vendetta. Yeah, Warren Ellis has written and liked some of my essays. Also, while I'm name-dropping, Bruce Sterling follows me on Twitter for some reason. Or at least he did last time I checked. He never says anything to me. I'm sure he has me muted, but that's something of a point of pride for me. Both. I love movies like Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Bruce Sterling, yes, he follows me on Twitter. Look, I don't know how or why. He's a science fiction writer. Science fiction writer and something of a futurist. He wrote one of my favorite essays called Atemporality for Artists. And he's also written some really great stuff with William Gibson, who is one of my favorite authors of all time. William Gibson is another science fiction author. If you've ever heard of cyberpunk, he basically was not exactly the father of it, but he's one of the reasons why it exists, or why it existed in the way it did in the 1980s. He wrote Neuromancer. Anticipated a lot of kind of what the culture of the internet in the 1990s was going to look like, although I think a lot of the culture of the internet in the 1990s ended up looking the way it did because of him, so it was kind of a chicken or the egg thing. If William Gibson ever followed me on Twitter, I think I might just roll over and die. Alright, it's getting dark enough that I think we might just make a thing and make a snow shelter and sleep. All the fog has been throwing the light around enough that I've actually been able to keep walking longer than normal, but I think I'm just gonna do the snow shelter anyway. Yeah, build it. He's one of them. He's one of the people I wish I could write like. Let me into my damn snow shelter. That's right. He coined the word cyberspace. Cyberspace exists as a term because of him. He's also written. He can write amazing prose, and I think he doesn't get enough credit for that. Like, he has a way of writing very. He can write incredibly detailed descriptions of things without making them feel overwritten, which is hard as fuck to do. The sky above the port was the color of television tuned to a dead channel. Yep. Still foggy, but it looks okay. Let's eat some food. Yeah, that's not my favorite of his books, but that's a really great line.
Anything right now.
You're eating something right now. Shut up. You know, we'll just eat everything we got. We're gonna eat it sooner or later anyway. Well, I mean, being on panels at cons is my favorite thing. Whenever I'm actually going to a con to be on the programming, and they're like, how many panels do you want to be on? I'm like, all of them that you can fit me on. Every panel. Don't apologize. You're fine. You're fine. I'm here to talk to people, among other things. Although I'm gonna have to go pretty soon. Yeah, the authors that, William Gibson is probably the author I would most like to write like. Catherine Valenti used to be one of them, but not all of her stuff. Her style really varies. And some of her stuff that I want to write that way, and then others of her books is not quite so much what I would aim for. Cyberpunk is, well, I mean, we've kind of lost the thread of what cyberpunk is politically. I think for a lot of people it just became an aesthetic, when it's really more of an ethos. It's really more of a view, a political and ethical view of the world. And it's, if anything, more relevant now than I think it's ever been. It's about resisting corporate tyranny, and I think the core of it kind of lies in the line, the street finds its own uses for things. Where and I think that this is something that has really borne out in the past 20 to 30 years, although really it's something that's kind of always been true. A company can design and create a piece of technology, but when people get their hands on it, they're going to do stuff with it that the company did not foresee. There can be explicit affordances that are built into the design of something, but people are going to take it and do what they want to do with it. And you can try to control that, and to some degree you can succeed, but people will use the tools that you give them, and they will use them in new and creative ways. And you can use that to resist, yeah. And I think that's a really important idea right now. Well, I would say more like Alexa, but yeah. Oh God, I listened to Chris Hayes' Why Is This Happening podcast, and I listened to his episode today on Amazon. And what Amazon actually intends to do with the world, and it just made my blood absolutely run cold. Amazon is terrifying, y'all. Amazon is so scary. I mean, I'm an author, so I've known that for a while, because author incomes have cratered in the last 20 years, 15, 20 years, and a lot of that is due to Amazon, but it's just getting worse and worse. I have not played Detroit Become Human. I've, heard mixed things. I want to play it, but I haven't played it yet. I mean, I thought he was, and then I found out he was kind of a terrible person. So now I think he's kind of the worst of the Chris's. Yeah, I'm much more about Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, the other Chris's, the better Chris's. Oh my God, I'm finally gonna get out of here. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that. No, I am. This is not Broken Railroad. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you know, I'm coming around to Chris Pine. I wasn't so about Chris Pine before, but then I saw Wonder Woman and I was like, you know what, Chris? You're alright. Maybe I just should have given you a better chance. Alright, if I remember correctly, through here is Mystery Lake. Because he's a bad person. I love his characters. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Jurassic World was okay. I didn't love it. It was okay. But he's very likable when he acts, but he's goes to a church that believes in conversion therapy, and yeah, he's just he's not great. He's not great. Because he goes to a church that thinks that I can be tortured into being straight. I'm not saying he's completely irredeemable, but I'm not a big fan of him. Conversion therapy is where there are a lot of different forms of it, but the basic gist of it is that you can be, if you are gay, you can be psychologically tormented into being straight. And the people who are proponents of it have used everything from aversion therapy, where they induce nausea when you look at various kinds of porn, to literally using electroshock therapy, literally like shocking you into being straight. It's torture. It's a massive violation of human rights. Yeah, it kills people. Literally, it kills people. And the church that he goes to and the Christian community he's a part of think that it's okay. And I have no problems with him being a Christian. I'm Lutheran, but I would like him to maybe investigate a faith community that is not into those things. Yeah, you can't, like, can't just... If you could just shut down stuff we didn't like, that'd be great, but we can't. We're working on it. Thanks for bringing up those stats, by the way. I did not know them offhand. Like, I knew them, but I didn't really know them. Oh, I want to go into a building. Can at least drink some water. Yeah, like, that's the thing about it that's really freaky, is it's not illegal. At least it's not illegal every place. No reputable, like, psychiatrist, organization, like, is for it, I think. I don't think that, I don't think the AP... See, this is me going into, fields that I don't know much about, but I'm pretty sure that, like, you know, those aren't, like, real therapists. Yeah, it's because it is, because it's fucking torture. I'm gonna try and get to the ranger station before I quit, but I don't remember how far away it is. I don't even remember what side of the map is on. I don't really remember where we are at all. Yeah, it's dark in here. I need to turn some lights on. Yep. Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, I think a lot of the people who are proponents of it refuse to accept that it does harm in that way. And would look at the outcomes, the statistical outcomes, as, well, that's happening because it's terrible to be gay. Which is why that was actually in the DSM for a long time. It's why being gay was in the DSM for a long time. It was, you know, that psychiatrists would notice that people who were coming in to see them who were gay were reporting hugely out of proportion instances of depression, and there was a lot of suicide, and they were looking at being gay as the cause of that, not necessarily, oh, maybe we're just making it really hard to be gay, and if we weren't so terrible about it, people wouldn't kill themselves. It was one of the biggest errors in discerning correlation from causation that there has ever been. Alright, I think we're getting close. I think it's down here. Yeah, like, I'd like to. That's the thing. That's the thing that made me so frustrated about this, is that I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love it so damn much. I love Star-Lord. And I was like, it's not that I'm not going to watch that movie anymore, but my enjoyment of it has been cut into just a bit, and that makes me really sad. And it's like, can you just not be a jerk, please? Oh, I believe it. And you know what? There's somebody who's going to buy it. Oh, Ranger Station, I'm so glad to see you. Please have a bedroll. Please have a bedroll in there for me. If nothing else, there's a bed. What time is it? Alright, well, we're at least gonna make this a base camp for a bit. I don't know if I want to stay here overnight, but I'm definitely gonna at least hang out here. Exactly. Oh, I know! And the thing is, I only recently found out just how bad he is. Like, I knew about the whole sex scandal thing in the 90s, or I knew that it happened in the 90s, but, like, I didn't know he was still really but not good. And now it's like, oh, I gotta pretend that Sam Seaborn isn't... He's not. He's a different person. Sam would be horrified. Sam is a dear, sweet boy. Alright, I think we're gonna save here. And I'm gonna go for the day. This has been a very long stream and I've had a lot of fun, but I should probably go. Alright, yeah, we're gonna, before we dig into this, we're gonna save and we're gonna let going through this and seeing what we left behind be the treat for tomorrow. So, oh, I think I heard about that actually. That's really, really neat. Alright, let me save just to make absolutely sure. Or let me pass some time just to make absolutely sure that I saved. Alright, yeah, we're gonna call it here and I'll pick back up tomorrow at about the same time. And I think we're gonna do the same thing. And start with Dishonored and then slide into the Long Dark. So thank you so much for hanging out with me as usual, guys. This is super, super fun. Had an absolute blast, and really looking forward to tomorrow. If you're watching this on the VOD, thank you so much for watching it on the VOD, and hope you're having a good whatever time it is where you are, and I'll see you tomorrow.